Welcome to your daily focus for March the 13th, 2020. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Thank you for the emails. Thank you for the comments. I was fine. My computer decided it wasn't going to work. We got into a little bit of a tough, me and my computer, and it won. It was probably about 1 in the morning when I finally gave up on getting it to where I needed to be. I knew I had a 6 a.m. start, so I do apologize for not winning the battle this time around, but I did get it going, so here we are again. Oh, goodness. The 13. The 13, we think that the 13 is such an unlucky number. But in fact, what 13 does for us is it shows us. It shows us where we need to let go, move past, purge from our life, our lifestyle perhaps, our routines perhaps, our behaviors, habits. And it allows us to position ourselves for the path that we truly want to walk. Now, if we have the numerology of the day together, we have this beautiful 11 energy, which means that the things that we put our attention to, our focus to, our commitment to, can turn very successful very quickly. Very quickly. So Dylan says. Sun is in Pisces. The moon, I believe, is now in Scorpio for the entire day. So we can go deep within. We can, it's a day when we either decide to compromise or walk away. We're not into competing when it's when the moon is in Scorpio. My goodness, I'm having mental lapses here. I know what I want to say, but the words aren't there at all. Just a picture, and I can't speak the picture. Our emotions can go, our emotions are intense, okay? This is when the primal energy, primal power can come out of each and every one of us in our creativity, in our speech, in our actions, in our mindset. So, utilize that Scorpio energy in conjunction with the 13 energy, in conjunction with the 11 energy. And allow yourself to soar, allow yourself to fly. Let out that inner child, let out that creative being, that inventive being, that compassionate being, that artistic being. And embrace, you may want to educate yourself more. You may want to learn more. You may, think outside the box a little bit of what could be instead of what is. Temperance. Having more by having less. That's what I always think of when I think of temperance. Having more by having less. Of getting rid of the clutter, the junk. Now that might be your thought process. That might be things around you. It might be people in your environment. It might be your environment. And how to bring in that balance. How to bring in that sense of security, sense of safety. We'll be looking at those things of how we feel, and what makes us feel grounded, in place, strong, capable. And what doesn't. Because those are the things that we need to purge from our life. Those are the things that, and sometimes it hurts. It's very easy for me to say this, but I know myself that sometimes, you just don't have it in you. You can't. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? So we hang on to some things that we really truly don't need going forward. It truly doesn't have any kind of value in our life going forward, and yet we hang on. And so temperance is here to allow us to understand where we can create that balance if we choose to or not, but we will unveil that information to ourselves. We have the Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, I mean, she is the fun one. Okay? Now, she's a queen, but she almost sits like a judge and jury, and she asks the questions. She researches. And she thinks things through. And she looks at it from different angles. And then she makes her decision. And when she makes her decision, it's final. So when you make your decision, it's final. You never have to look back on this moment in time and ask yourself if you've taken the right steps. So long as you've asked the questions, so long as you put together a little bit of research on it, made a plan. And once the Queen of Wands takes off on whatever mission, journey, adventure, opportunity she's moving towards, what she is trying to manifest, as soon as she starts, her joy, her drive, it's contagious. And she's enjoying the journey. She enjoys the journey. Most definitely, the Queen of Wands enjoys the journey. So it's not even the destination, but getting there brings joy, brings happiness, brings celebration. So what pulls you down in your daily routine? Ask yourself every so often, does this bring me joy? Does this bring me happiness? And sometimes we're at work and we're like, this is definitely not joy and happiness. But remember that they're going to give you some money to pay the bills, to put food on the table, to maybe buy yourself something that you need, you want, you desire. Maybe it's a little something of a thank you for you. And this just popped into my head, so I thought it was, I kind of gave myself an inner giggle, so I have to share the story now. I had a client, and she was, my goodness, she saved everything. Like, she had all her clothing from her teen years to her 30s. I mean, she saved everything. Jewelry and knickknacks, and she saved everything. But clothing and purses and shoes was, the death of her, right? She just always wanted that new, beautiful, perfect thing in her life to wear, to showcase. And she's beautiful, so I don't blame her one little bit for wanting to do that in life. But she finally found a partner, and the partner, I met the partner, and the partner says, in order for her to bring something new in to our living space, then she has to get rid of 2 things. So she has to give up 2 things before she can bring something home. And so, and it's very hard for her, but she's finding that there are some things that she can get rid of. And so slowly the clutter is going. And I'm sure, because she has such beautiful taste, that when she gives it away and when she donates it somewhere, it is truly loved by another. So I don't know why that story popped in, but it did. So somebody out there, your angels, God, your spirit guides are working hard for you today. The Page of Cups is our 3rd card. This is a beautiful energy. This is letting out our creativity. It's imagining something new, something different, something out of the ordinary, something magical, something spiritual. Something that's going to bring great joy and happiness in your life. This is a time to talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides. The veil is so thin. So sit in contemplation, sit in meditation, sit in prayer. Unveil the magic that is within you. See your creativity, see your intelligence, see your worth, see your value. Absolutely. Now I had to give the deck back, guys. So we're back to Esther and Jerry Hicks and Abraham's teachings. So I did have a beautiful soul say she was sending me one, and so been checking the mailbox every day. There is nothing for me to guard against. There's nothing for you to guard against, and I think we're going to feel that way today. We're not going to try and break through the wall today. We're either going to work with the wall and set up shop outside the wall or on the wall or build a door instead of just trying to break through it. I don't know. Or we're just going to walk away and we're going to say, okay, well, fine. I'll go a different way. I'll still get to where I need to go. You can stand there all you want. So there's nothing for me to guard against. You are protected. God, your angels, your spirit guides, past loved ones, they do surround us. Each and every one of us. Sylvia Brown once said that if you could see, like especially in an auditorium or a carnival or a fair, if you just could see the protection that we have around us, nudging us this way, cluing us into that way, making sure, have you ever, I just did a reading for a young lady, and I said, your angel is very strong. I see you. You were going to take a step. It was snow. It was rain. It was just ugly weather. And you went to take a step off the curb, and all of a sudden you felt this rush, and your angel actually pushed you back onto the sidewalk. And she said, that happened to me. She says, I don't know what made me fall back when I was going forward, but I did. And because of that, the car missed me. So know that sometimes they jump in to help us. Most times we have to ask. Most times we have to have that conversation with them. You don't need to know their names. Just talk. God, my angels, my guides, my loved ones, come to my aid. This card here tells you, ask for the protection. Ask for the good health. Ask for the safety. Ask for the balance. Ask them to help. Don't take it all on yourself. There's something much bigger than you, holding you up, making you stronger. You exist in a place of absolute well-being. Tell yourself that again and again. So there's our mantra. I exist in a place of absolute well-being. I exist in a place of absolute well-being. I exist in a place of absolute well-being. Write it on a couple of post-it notes. Stick it up on a mirror, on a desk, on a fridge, and say it to yourself a few times. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Know that you are in a place of absolute well-being and affirm it. Tell yourself that again and again. Know it, be the evidence of it, and give others reasons to believe that all can be well. No, you're cooler, you're calmer, you can be more decisive, you can tap into your sage wisdom and your intuition a lot easier when you are still breathing at a regular pace and everybody else is climbing the walls and screaming in hysteria. Let's hope you're not in that situation, but talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides. Tell them what you need. Have a conversation with them, just like you were talking to a friend. Absolutely. Let it be. Let it be. Paul McCartney tells a story of when he was much younger, just prior to this song coming out actually, that he was so concerned. He was laying there in his bunk and thinking, well, do I do this? Do I do that? Do I agree to this? What do I do next? How big is this going to get? And he had a dream that night of his mother coming to him and saying, Paul, just let it be. And so when I get this card now. And he woke up in the morning and he said, okay, I'm just going to let a lot of this stuff. I'm not going to give it attention. I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm going to see where I pop out. And look what happened to him. So just let it be. Release and time out. With the past, I have nothing to do, nor with the future. I live now. in your state of absolute well-being. Hedgehog reminds you to stop putting so much fear into your life and instead to just let it be. Sometimes when you give your issue breathing room, it corrects itself. When we experience fear, frustration, we immediately tense our body, our mind, our spirit, which hinders the flow of what we do want to come to us. And we begin to visualize everything that we don't want instead of what we do want. So shift your thoughts to what you want, not what you don't want. And there's a lesson in every life test, and it can be painful. But by being grateful instead of angry, the weight of emotion will begin to gently heal and release itself from your grip. Therefore, if you're experiencing frustration, fear, with any aspect of your life, career, money, love, whatever it is, take a few moments a day visualizing how you want that area to look. When you begin to say negative things such as, I will never have the money to do the things I want, say to yourself, stop. And repeat what you do want. I have enough money to do the things that I want. It takes some training, but before you know it, the things you don't want will begin to stop happening, and the things that you do want will start flowing. I dare you to try it. Seriously. For the smallest of things in your life. Start stating what you want to be in your life, as if you own it. And just thank them, because it's on its way. You can't hitchhike on somebody else's life, and if you do, you just might get pricked. Instead, you must find your own way and do the work yourself. There is always someone there to help light the lantern, but it is you who must keep the flame lit. Always know that there are those who believe in you. With every dream accomplished, every dream failed. Remember that the most important thing is for you to continually dream the dream, no matter what. So, as Paul McCartney's mom so wisely said, sometimes we just need to let it be and concentrate on what we want to come into our life rather than the walls, the fears, the anxieties, the mishaps, the chaos. So I think we have beautiful energy today. Beautiful energy to actually manifest, to start to manifest something that we want going forward. You know, we have that 11 energy. And the 13 energy, well, that might pull something out of our lives that we really thought that we needed, but we don't. Don't worry. It's not going to go today if you needed it going forward. Only the things that are hindering you, even if you can't see it for yourself. Sometimes it takes us years to look back and say, wow, if that didn't happen in my life, I'd never be here today doing what I'm doing. And I love it. I have a passion for it. Sometimes we don't ever get the answer to why it happened. So it's about going with the flow today. Let it be. Get creative. Let your inner child out. Talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides, absolutely today. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.